Welcome back, fellow coders. Jared O'Leary here with BootUp. This video I want to show you what's going on with the Pedestrian's Sprite inside the interactive store display. Now, this code is a little bit complicated, but it's pretty easy to understand. So let me zoom in so you can see this better. There are three things going on in a row. The first thing is reset and wait. So let's take a look at that. It's going to set it so they only look left and right. They don't flip upside down. And then it's going to do one of two things. If the random number is 1, it's going to start on the right side over here and look left, just like that. If the answer of the random number is 2, then it's going to go to this code, and it's going to start on the left side, and it's eventually going to move over this way. So basically, this just determines if the sprite move starts on the right or starts on the left side of the screen. The last part of this code is it simply hides and then waits a random amount. So that way, pedestrians aren't walking back and forth at the exact same time or interval. Okay, so let's look at the second thing. So it says changing costumes. So let's scroll down to that. So changing costumes. So what this is doing is switching between a costume. Now, this looks a little complicated. It's picking a costume between 1 and 7 times by 2. So multiplied by 2. Okay, so here's what's going on. So we have, let's say the random number is 1. Multiply that by 2, it starts on number 2. If the random number is 3, multiply that 2, and it starts on number 6. Now, let's look at the rest of the code real quick. So once it picks one of those random costumes, it's starting on the second costume of one of our characters. And so we're going to repeat this thing 7 times. All it's doing is switching to the previous costume, so our current one minus 1, and then going to the next one. A little weird. Let me show you. Okay, so if the random number is 4, times that by 2, and we get 8. So our code is going back 1 costume, next costume, back 1 costume, next costume. And it does this back and forth really fast to make it look like it's walking. So that's what's going on right here. So picks a random sprite, multiplies it by 2, so it goes to the correct costume because there's 2 costumes, and then it's switching back and forth. Okay, now the very last thing that was up here says moving across the screen. So let's look at that code. All it's doing is just moving 5 steps, repeating. So at the very beginning, it's picking where it's going. So let's say it starts on the right side, and it's going to look left. Then it's going to pick which costume we get for the pedestrian. And then this last part is it's just simply going to make it move while it's also making it do this thing right here. Now, the reason why I know it's going to do it at the same time is because this one doesn't have and wait. So it's going to do both of these simultaneously at the same time. And the very last thing is kind of a hidden little Easter egg is when you click on the sprite, it's going to play a sound that matches one of the costumes that are on there. So a little bit complicated, but if you get stuck, you can rewatch this video or you can read through the comments on here that also explain some of the details of what's going on in the Pedestrian Sprite.